Today's video is going to be for you Mike Tyson fans and students of Mike Tyson's style. And I'm going to cover how Mike Tyson used to use his jab and out-jab the taller guys. Mike was only about 5'11", 5'11 and a half. And he was able to outbox guys. He was able to out-jab guys 6'6", 6'5", 6'4". He was fighting a lot of guys that tall, and he was actually able to out-jab them. And how he would do it was he had a variety of like 4 jabs that he used to use against those guys, and I'm going to go over them today. And at the end of the video, I'm going to have one of my boxers do a demonstration for you. What we're going to go over right now is the first jab that he used to use. It was very good. One of the best jabs in boxing if you know how to use it. And it comes down to what I talk about in my other videos, about positioning and mental speed and anticipation and timing, how it beats physical speed and height and reach. If you have that mental speed and you have the positioning, you can beat speed, you can beat height and reach as well. And Mike used to do that. So what he used to do, the first jab he used to use is he used to use a slip jab, okay? He used to slip. The guy was taller, it didn't matter, because when the guy would throw the jab at him, Mike would be in his stance, and what he would do simultaneously, he would synchronize everything together. Okay, he would throw that jab. He would slip at the same time he's slipping. He's stepping and cutting distance and throwing the jab. So the other guy's jab would slide right on his shoulder, and he would be able to get in. So how he would do that is, that's how he would do it. He would move his head, anticipate the other guy going to jab, and he would jab right with the guy. He would time the same time that guy was jabbing. He would be. And what he would do is he'd gain ground by pushing off his back leg. Like I always talk about, that back leg is flat. See, that's your anchor, that's your leverage. That's what you're pushing off. That's your base, your foundation. So he would be in, and what he would do is he would push off that foot, and he would take his head offline, and the other guy's jab would go right on his shoulder, right past his shoulder, right past his ear, and he would be able to shove his jab in there at the same time. It wasn't that he would slip and then step in. I see other videos where people are teaching that he would slip and then step in. No, he's slipping and stepping in at the same time. So the way he's slipping that move is he's slipping. The same time he's slipping, he's stepping in. It's not slip, push in. It's all one motion. All one motion. And then the other thing that he would do is, like we talk about, when you jab, one eye down the barrel of the gun, okay, one eye down the barrel of the gun, and he would have that shoulder protection. So if you look at this angle the way I'm at, he would have that shoulder protection into this chin, into his temple, because you go one eye down the barrel of the gun, and that's what's happening. Your temple, your cheekbone is basically going in to your shoulder. So when you're doing that, you're protecting an oncoming right hand. But because he would take his head off center line and he would shove that jab in, the guy would have no chance on throwing the right hand anyways. Because he was over that line, he would have that protection. The guy would have to go this way to throw the right hand. At the same time, like I said, he would throw that jab at the same time and shove it right in there. So the other guy's jab was sliding past him. The second jab that he used to use is he used to throw it on the inside of the jab. And he would do that all in one motion. So the first jab he's throwing, okay, he'd be a little bit more squared up. Mike would use his head movement like this, and he would anticipate, that's the first jab. That's the first jab. That's the second jab. He's slipping and throwing at the same time, and he would actually throw that jab. Sometimes he'd land it like that, sometimes he would land it like that. He could land it vertical, not horizontal. But he would slip. It wouldn't be slipped. He would do that too. But the first time, sometimes he would use this jab where he would just slip offline and disturb the guy's rhythm. Because he would hit the guy and he would surprise him with that. And the way he would do it, again, he would take his shoulder into his chin. The same time he's moving his head, he's stepping in, he's slipping and throwing a punch. Okay? And what he would do there, again, he's going this way, so he could be in the line of fire of the right hand. So what he would do is he would slip it like that. He would throw it like that. He'd be here, and he'd throw it like that. If the guy threw the right hand at him, he would just drop down and bob, and then he'd come back with his hook. So he would be there, and he knew that his next move, because again, he had great anticipation, great insight, he would throw this, and then he'd be there. So he'd go, and then he'd throw his hook. The third jab that he used to use was very similar, but then he would slip to the outside, and he'd throw more of a powerful jab. He'd slip first, and then he'd step in and throw that jab either, like I said, this way or that way. He'd turn it over, or he'd throw it vertical. So he'd slip, and then when he would slip, then he would push off the back foot. And when he would do that, sometimes he would turn, just like he's throwing a right hand, he would slip, he'd be on the ball with his foot there, okay? And then he'd push off that. And then he'd push off that, and then he'd land flat. So he'd turn, just like he threw a right hand, he would slip, get a little bit on the ball with his foot, push in and step in, like that, okay? Again, what he would do if he would throw that, and the guy would throw a right hand, then he was right there to go right back underneath. Slip, push, under, hook. So his fourth jab that he would throw would be just like the slip jab, the first jab that I showed you. But instead of throwing it to your head, he would throw it right to the body. Okay, so he would slip offline, you throw the jab, he'd anticipate you throwing the jab. Same time you threw the jab, he'd slip and he'd go right to the body. Take his head up, and he'd take that shoulder and put, like I said, he would tuck his cheekbone right into his shoulder, one eye down the barrel of the gun. He would turn, sometimes he'd even turn that fist all the way over like that. Or he'd just stuff it in there like that. But he'd get that rotation. Sometimes he would synchronize everything and turn that hand almost all the way vertical the other way. So he would be here, moving his head, guide jabs, right to the body. Head off the line, right to the body. Now I'm going to bring in my heavyweight boxer, Ed Lattimore, to demonstrate. So now I'm on this platform, and I'm, like I said, Ed's about 6'1", I'm about 5'11". This is between like 6 and 8 inches. So it's boosting me up to anywhere from like 6'5" to 6'7". And it all comes down, like I said, positioning, timing, and anticipation. His mental speed to time me when I'm throwing a jab. So the first jab we're going to cover is the one I talked about, how it's called the slip jab. And he's just slip jab, and he's stepping in at the same time. He's going to step in with both feet at the same time. There it is. And he's going to, see, he times that. It doesn't matter how tall I am. See, it doesn't matter how tall I am. He's getting in. He could be back there, and I could have even a longer reach. Getting your stance? I could have even a longer reach, and he's going to step in and get in. That's it. So his foot's back there, and then he steps in, and he gets in. See? Right there like that. Slip, and like you say, like I said, when he throws that jab, shoulder protection is, see, he's got there. So if he hits me with that jab, it's going to be very hard for me to hit him with the right hand, just for the simple fact that he hits me with the jab, and he's also got that covered, and he's taking his head over to the right, where he's way over there for me to come, okay? So he's got all that shoulder protection. And like I said, he's gaining all that ground. As far back as he is there, he times me, he could step in and get in, see? And I'm taller, and I'm reaching. Again, I got to reach, extra reach, because I got this paddle too. So look how long my reach is to him, and I'm up here with him, and he's down there, and he could step in, and he throws that jab in there like that. See, how many more inches I got here? Just like if I was a taller guy, I'd have a longer reach. So there it is, stepping in. Okay. The second jab is. He's going to slip to the inside. When he slips to the inside, he's just throwing at the same time. Here, he would have to be a little bit closer, because he's not. The first way Tyson used to do it is he would slip and throw that, get that angle, and he really wouldn't step with it sometimes. He would just throw it against a taller guy. That's it. He would do that. He would take his head, and my long jab could go this way on him, and he'd throw it. See? He'd throw it like that. That's it. And if I threw a right hand from there, he was able to go down underneath and get the angle and throw the hook. Right. Okay, so that's what he would do with that. So the third jab that he would throw, would be where he would do the same thing, but he would throw a power jab. He would step with it. He would slip, and yes, so it was the same angle, but it was a different movement. He wouldn't throw the jab simultaneously when he slipped it. He would slip first, then he would step in, and that would be a more powerful jab. So he would slip it, and then he would step into it. That's it. He would slip it, and then he would step into it. Beautiful. Now, the other variation he would do it would actually, like I said, he almost like five different jabs, is that sometimes if he was a little closer, he would get that angle and he wouldn't even step. He would just slip it and then shoot it. And he'd shoot it with his hips. That's it. He'd shoot it and he'd snap it with his hip. Like that, right. Slip, that's it. Slip, right. I'm long, I'm tall, long reach. He'd slip and he'd shoot it. See, it's going right there to my face. Okay, so stop it out there. Boom, see? Don't matter, my reach is there. He's slipping, he's getting that angle, and he's shooting it in. The fifth jab that he would do is he would jab the guy to the body. And it would be just like the slip jab, the same as the slip jab, but instead of going to my head, he would be going to my body. So for trainers, this is the way I'm doing this. I'm throwing all my jabs with my left hand, and I'm catching his jab with my right hand. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm going to put this jab on my body, and I'm going to throw that jab, and he's going to slip, and he's going down. That's it, right to my body. And you get a little bit more of an angle when you do it. You're going. That's it, see? So when he's hitting me there, he's hitting me in the body, I'm throwing a jab. That's it. And what he's going, like I said, he can shoot that from a distance and step into it. So he's right there, and he could step closer at the same time. Bring the back foot up. Bring the back foot up. Step. That's it. See how he did that? How he slid his back foot all simultaneously, all at the same time. When he throws a jab, he steps. That's it. Do you see the angle that he steps in with his back foot? Don't let it go that way. Just go straight in with it, okay? So you're still going to be, that's it. Okay, you want to have your right foot a little bit more over. That's it. So you don't want to let, it's one of the things I talk about when I'm teaching jabs that Ed's doing a little bit, is he's sliding his back foot behind his left foot when he's jabbing. He wants to make all that twist be from his hips and his torso and his upper body, and he wants to go down to the body, and he doesn't want to let this happen. He doesn't want to slide his back foot behind his left foot. So what he's going to try to do, that's what he wants to do. See? So he's stepping and then that's it. See? The stance is the same. And Tyson was a little bit even more squared off, okay? So the way he would throw that is he'd be even more, a little bit more squared off. He'd bring that foot, that's it. And then he would take it and step in with it like that. That was it. See how far he can go? He could go super far because he's timing my jab. So my jab could be hitting the wall back there, and he can get in. See? So in other words, he could keep coming in. See? He could keep cutting that distance. Keep walking in, Ed. See, with the jab. You're here. I just push in, come in. See? And he could come in, and that's because he's timing. Doesn't matter. My jab, my hand could be 20 feet long. He's timing that. He's able to get in, and he's able to gain that distance with that move. He can be all the way out there and step in. That's it. Step in. That's it. There it is. So that's something you could go and you can work on in the gym for all you guys that like to practice Mike Tyson style. Don't forget to comment below. Let me know what you think of the video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.